Hey, it's Chloe DeWinter here from Go Chloe Pilates, and I'm very excited to welcome you back to Good Moves with Well+Good. Today we're doing one of my favorite types of workouts. We are doing a glute workout, so lots of really strong glute strengthening. We're going to strengthen through the sides of the glutes, so sides of the hips, and the back of the glutes, so it's sort of like a glutes all angles type of workout. Remember, take breaks if you need, whenever you need. It's always there for you, but let's get straight into it. We are going to start laying down onto our side. So come and lay down onto your right side, all the way down, and you're gonna make sure that your head is supported. So I like to use my arm and just extend it out, but if you've got a pillow close by or a block, you can use that as well. And then bend your knees and slide your feet back towards your hips. So you just wanna slide them back. So imagine like your head, your shoulders, your hips, and your feet are all towards the back edge of the mat, all right? Now, all the way on your side, hand is on your hip. You're gonna keep the hips stacked, find a little lift through the lower ribs, and then find a lift and lower of that bottom knee. So this is called a clam. It's like an original Pilates exercise, and it's just as hard the 1000th time you do a clam as it is the first time. Really great strengthening exercise to work through the muscles in the side and the back of the hip. It's one of my personal faves as well because it just always bends, it always gets the spot. So lift and lower. Now I want you to try and really squeeze your heels together a little more. So sort of pinch them together. And as you lift and lower the knee, it's not gonna be a huge movement. So if it feels like you're not lifting very high, don't worry about it, that's totally normal. We just wanna make sure we're keeping the stack of the pelvis. So we're all the way on our side. And as we lift and lower that knee up and down, we're keeping the stack of the pelvis and feeling this deep rotation through the hip. All right, keep it going. Give me 5 more. We'll go 5, 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. All right, drop the knee down and now lift your feet up. So feet are gonna hover in the air, squeeze the heels together, lift and lower that top knee up and down again. So hips are still stacked, and if you can, find a little bit of a space underneath that lower waist, then lift up. There might not actually be physical space, but you wanna feel this lifting and drawing away of the lower rib cage away from the mat beneath you. It's gonna help you get more activation right here where we want it, in the side of your butt. That's it, up and down. Again, heels are squeezing together, so pinch them together really nice and tight. Keep the pelvis all the way stacked. That's it. This one is also a lot more satisfying because you can get a lot more range of motion. You can actually lift the knee up further. That's it, straight up and down. Good, how are we feeling? Hopefully you're starting to feel some activation into the side of that hip. Good, each one of these you do getting stronger and stronger, building strength through the hips so that you can move better, stand better, walk better, run better, all these things. It's very good for you. We're here for 5, and 4, and 3, and 2, one more, all the way up. We're gonna go halfway down, all the way up. Smaller movement, bigger burn, right? And lift. And if you wanna take a break, just take it, meet me back here when you're ready, okay? That's totally fine. Good, make sure you're breathing. Just give me 5 more. 5, and 4, and 3, and 2, one more. Right, lift the knee all the way up and then drop it all the way down. This is like your very mini break. Okay, from here, we're gonna add a little kick. We're gonna spiral that knee open, freeze. The thigh's gonna stay where it is. You're gonna kick the leg out to straight, bend the knee, draw the heels together, and then lower the knee down, draw the knees together. So we lift, we kick, we bend, we lower. We lift, we kick, we bend, and we lower. All right, keep that going. In and down, spiral open, kick, bend, and lower. So it's sort of like these 4 different movements. That's it. All the way out to straight each time. Good, 4 more. 4. That's it. And 3. And 2. Good, last one. Lift, kick, hold it out there. Drop the bottom foot down, little lifts. Just tiny little lifts, straight up and down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bend the knee, drop the leg all the way down. All right, that's part 1 done. From here, roll yourself over and come down onto your elbows. So all the way down. Have your elbows right underneath your shoulders and just slap those hands down onto the mat. So knees are underneath the hips. What you wanna do is lift through the chest like you're pushing the mat away from you. So press and lift. Now that same leg we just worked, yeah, that right leg, you're gonna flex through the foot and then lift it straight up towards the ceiling, like you're gonna tap your foot on the ceiling, say hi to your neighbors, and then tap the leg straight back down. Tap and back down. Now this movement is coming through the hip, and hopefully you feel some work in those glute muscles and those butt muscles straight away, because we've just worked those muscles. We're just working them now from a different angle, working into our gluteus maximus muscle, which is the back of the hip. We lift and lower. Now this is a challenging exercise to do right, because naturally we tend to sink into the stabilizing hip, into that left side. So see if you can shift the body, the whole body, a little further to the right. And as you lift up and down, see if you can stay connected through your tummy muscle. So belly button draws in towards the spine. So all the movement is actually coming through the back of the hip. This is where you should feel it. Yeah, through the butt. And lower. Keep it going, straight up and down. Good, make sure you're breathing as well. Good, lift up through those shoulders. If it's too much on the shoulders, down here as well, another modification here is to come up onto the hands. So you can always do it this way, that's totally fine. All right, on the next one, you're gonna lift the leg up. We're gonna take it for a little circle. We're gonna open it out to the side and bring it down and in. So we lift up, open out to the side, around and down and in. And I want you to draw like the biggest, juiciest circle you can with that hip, but keeping the body centered. Don't forget about those shoulders, lift up through the chest, and then big circles around, that's it, keep it going. For 2, and 1, and then we're gonna reverse that the other way. We go out to the side, and up and around and down and in. Good, big movements, keep that foot flexed. That's it, circle it up and around. Breathing through it for 4, and 3, and 2, stay with me, and 1, lift it straight up, hold it there, sole of the foot up to the ceiling. From here, the knee is gonna point out to the side, so right knee points out to the right, and down to the mat. Little opening, and down. So this movement is external rotation. It's gonna get you deep, deep, deep into those hips. Out and in, that's it. Out and in. We're here for 8 and 7. Stay with me for 6. Last 5 and 4. Last 3. Last 2. Last 1. Point the knee down to the mat and slowly take it all the way down. Well done. Knees wide, toes together. Find a quick mini child's pose, just a little one. Sink back to those hips, let the forehead rest down on the mat, and give me 2 breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. Let it go. 1 more time, big breath in and let it go. Walk those hands in. You know what's coming up. We're gonna do the other side. So swing those legs around. You've made it. We are halfway through. Come and lay down onto your side. Bend into those knees. If you're on a mat, line yourself up again with the back edge of your mat, just so you can then slide your feet back and line yourself all the way up. All right, think top hip lengthening away, lower rib cage draws a little bit up away from the mat. Squeeze those heels and we spiral open and we lower down. That's it. And lower. Good. Open and lower. Now keep the stack of those hips. Notice how it feels as well on this side. Notice how much movement you get of that leg. Is it easier or harder on this side? Sometimes we have these differences between the two sides, these asymmetries, and one side feels a little bit tighter. And notice if you can learn a little bit about your body today on the mat. Good. Lift and down. Can you pinch your heels together a little bit further? So actively squeeze them together. It's going to help you to feel it in like the back pocket of your jeans and wrapping around to the back as well. Good. If this top shoulder is a little tight, it might feel better to drop it down in front of you. So if that feels better for you, just go for it. And keep it going. Keep it going. We're here for 6 and 5 and 4, for 3, and 2. All right, 1. Drop the knee, lift the feet. Feet up, we're still thinking about that drawing away feeling of the lower rib cage, and we spiral open from here and we lower down. Good. Wrap this hand around the top of the hip, like around the pelvis, like sort of press your fingers in until you feel that bony part of the pelvis, just so you can sort of sense if there's a rocking back, and see if you can almost overcorrect that. So roll the top hip a little bit further forward to keep the stack of the pelvis. That way, all of that movement is coming through the hip socket, that pure external rotation movement. That's it. And lift and lower. Good, don't let those heels come apart. Can you squeeze them together a little bit tighter? That's it. This side is burning more for me. How about you? Second side is always a little more fun. Right? We're gonna keep it going. 2 on the next one, hold it up there. We go halfway down, all the way up. Halfway down, all the way up. Half the range, but double the fun, right? Lift and lower. Good. For 5 and 4 and 3, my leg is shaking, and 2 and 1. Drop the knee all the way down. This is like your mini break. Keep the feet lifted. Squeeze those heels, lift that top knee up. We kick the leg out, we bend the knee in, and we lower it down. So spiral open and kick and bend and lower. We open, kick it all the way out, bend it in and lower. That's it. In and down. So there's 4 movements. Thigh stays still as you kick, thigh stays still as you bend, and only then lower it back down. That's it. Almost there. We're gonna go through 4 more of these. Spiral open and kick, bend and down for 3 more. 3. Keep those hips stacked and 2. Good. Last one. Lift and kick and hold it out there. Drop that bottom leg down. Keep the top one lifted. Little lifts up and down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bend it in. Drop it down. Good job. Roll it forward. We're almost there. All right, last bit here. Roll yourself over onto those elbows. Stack them right underneath your shoulders. Tap those hands down onto the mat. All right, we flex through that left foot. Lift through the shoulders when you're ready. Say hi to your neighbor upstairs. Tap on the ceiling and drop it down. And drop. We lift and we drop. All right, here we are. Straight up and down. Good, working now into the backs of those hips. The glute max powerhouse muscle. So important if you are a runner or a big walker. These muscles are gonna help you move better. Good. Now see if you can find a little bit more control through your core, through your center. Draw the abdominals in a little bit. Feel that control so it all comes through the back of the hip. And then notice if you're sinking over to the side, can you center the weight a little bit? So moving everything a little further over to the left. That's it. Good, keep it going. We're here for 3 and 2. We're gonna take it into a circle on 1. We go up, we take it out to the side and around and down and in. So we go straight up, back behind, open out to the side and around and down and in. And around. Good, and then try and smooth out these big, giant, juicy hip circles. Smooth it out, this active mobilization through the hips. So good for your hip joints. Good, one more time like this and just reverse it other way. Leg swings out to the side first, up and around and down and in. That's it, smooth it out a little more. Can you lift through the chest, through those shoulders a bit more? That's it. Keep it up, keep it up. We're here for 3 and 2 and 1. We're gonna lift straight up, hold it there. We're gonna rotate that left knee out to the left, point it back down to the mat. So spiral open, spiral down. There's little twists, those little rotations. It's a similar movement to those clams, this external rotation, so you should feel it straight away. In those glutes, we are here for 6 and 5 and 4 and 3, last 2 and 1. Take it all the way down. Again, open those knees wide, toes together. Find a quick child's pose, sinking back to those heels, maybe even shift the weight a little left to right, and then sink back as far as you can. Let the head relax down. Crawl those fingers forward in front of you and hold it there. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth, letting it go. Walk those hands all the way in, coming up. And thanks so much for joining me for that workout. I hope your bodies are feeling good. I hope your glutes are feeling tired, because mine sure are. Remember, if you want more videos like this, subscribe to the Well and Good YouTube channel. And I'm Chloe from Go Chloe Pilates. I'll see you soon. Bye.